Hey YouTube, been a couple weeks, but we're back with a little video today. It's actually nice enough a guy can actually be outside a little bit today. The last few days, Monday we had a bunch of snow. Tuesday, Wednesday we had extreme cold, and I'm talking 26, 28 below with wind chills between anywhere from 40 to 55 below I saw. Today it's just above zero, so it's not so bad. Sun was out for a while today, so that was nice to see. But it's too cold to work on to do any painting on the Cubs, so I got a little video here of another project we got going on. Let's take a look. All right, in the shop we got a few things sitting here. Leave me a comment when in the comment section. Let me know what you think that is. That big stainless piece there. Got the Cubs sitting there waiting for spring to get painted. And over here, I know it's kind of dark, but hopefully you can see it. We have a American-built Manco Dingo. I believe it is a model 285. Picked this up for $100, no engine. My son was looking for a go-kart, and I just happened to come across this one. I thought, we'll give her a shot. We got a pile of parts here. That was the axle. Whoever had it before us, they decided to weld everything on instead of using keyways and set screws, including the hubs. So I got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I can't get these ground off without messing up this axle, so I just cut the axle off and went on to GoPowersports.com and ordered a new one. Have a 1-inch, 40-inch long axle here. Thought I'd be able to salvage the hubs, but I'll have to put an order in for new hubs and get the sprocket and hub for the sprocket coming. We got to take this engine plate off. I don't know what kind of engine they ever had mounted on here, but they added that plate. Underneath is the original plate with the adjustable slots for the engine. Hopefully we'll be able to use it, otherwise we'll have to make some kind of riser for it. It had disc brakes. I managed to get the disc off. That was welded on as well. I managed to get that off, so we're going to see if we can make the disc brakes work on this, because these Mancos, it was kind of a weird setup. They had the torque converter on them, but it ran a jack shaft across and had the sprocket on one side and the brake rotor on the other. Well, I'm going to try putting them both on the same side, just for ease of operation, maintenance, everything else, because I can't find a torque converter with a jack shaft anymore, and I don't have the original stuff for this one, so let's go take a look at what we got on the workbench. Alright guys, so I went over to Harbor Freight the other day, picked up a Predator 212. It is a 6.5 horsepower engine, 212 cc's. They make this engine in two variations. There's what they call a Hemi head and a non-Hemi head. Easiest way to tell it is by the casted valve cover here. This is a Hemi head engine. If it's a non-Hemi, it'll have a stamped steel. It's kind of like a different shape. It's not square like this. You'll know the difference when you see them. But yeah, the Hemi engine, Go Power Sports makes engine performance stage kits for them. Stage 1 is a carburetor rejet, high flowing intake, and a high flowing exhaust, and that puts it around 9 horsepower then, and I think that's the way we're going to go with this one. Not right away. We'll break the engine in, do all that stuff first. Possibly next summer, in the fall somewhere, we will hopefully put that engine kit in it once we get this thing running. The Stage 4, that is a wild kit. That'll take this 6.5 horse up to about 20 horse. So I think that's a little too much for what we need, so we're just going to stick with the Stage 1, I think. And then in the mail today, we got this box. Kind of had a hole in it, but from what I can see, let's get it out here. What we have, I bought this on eBay. It's the torque converter for it. It's got the primary clutch is in the box here. secondary clutch, the belt, the backing plate, all the hardware, and there is a 10-tooth sprocket on here already, and there's a 12-tooth sprocket in the bag. Now in shipping, I don't think it's anything to do with where I bought it from. I believe it's probably the shipping company. We had a little bit of damage. The belt guard got broke pretty bad. I contacted the seller to see if we can get something worked out with it. But how we put you up on a tripod here, we'll test fit this thing and see how it goes on here. Alright, so the first thing you put on is your backing plate. You have your 4 mounting holes around here, and you got all the holes drilled in here. Just by looking at it when I put it up here before, it kind of looks like those center ones are where it's going to work. So get those started in. Get those all tightened in, and I'll be back with you. Alright, so now that all that's on, next you have this bushing here. Slides on your crankshaft. You got a flat washer. Then you take your flat pulley, and there's a keyway built right into it. Slide that on. And there's a bushing that goes, a brass bushing goes on there. And I know it's not going to show up on camera, but these belts are flat on one side. They got a bevel on the other side. The flat side goes towards the engine. Just put it back on there like that. Slide it on. Then you have this piece here, which this edge, you can see it's got these flat spots on each side. Make sure that's out. And that also has a keyway in it. Make sure that goes on your keyway of your engine. And you put this piece on. And then on your cover, you can see you have the flat spots, which match up to the flat spots on there. And then you got this piece which goes into the keyway of that clutch as well. And then your bolt. And you just tighten it down. And that's it. Clutch is on there. Then you have your cover, which I'm seeing if I can get a different one shipped from the seller I purchased this from. That would go on. Just these screws. There's 2 in the top and 2 in the bottom. And just like that, there's a torque converter on the engine. Basically what the torque converter is going to do is it's going to give it a lot smoother operation than just the old style centrifugal clutch. Smoother operation makes the engine more efficient. Well guys, this is all I got for this video, so as always, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. We'll get back to this project here shortly. Catch you later.